John Weninger, together with his wife Maria, own and operate Top Shots Photography. Top Shots Photography specialise in corporate commercial photography, family portraiture and wedding photography. Now, the family portraiture side of the business takes them all over Victoria and southern New South Wales. And the corporate or commercial side, they photograph anything from industrial to food art and from corporate portraiture to glamour. First of all, welcome, John.
Hi, nice to be here.
Great to have you here. Top Shots Photography, the name, first of all, where did that come from?
Look, it's a name that I bought from a company that went bust many years ago.
Oh, excellent. One man's misery is another man's success.
I'm sorry?
One man's business
absolutely.
Another man's
success. It was a 10-year success story, but eventually the owner of the company decided that it wasn't going to, it was no longer profitable for him, and so I bought the business and piggybacked on a very popular brand already. So I think that was a very smart thing to do. So
what do you look for? I mean, wedding photography to corporate photography, two entirely different beasts, aren't they?
Yeah, look, we need to have our fingers in a lot of pies. The family photographer is our bread and butter. We service 60 pharmacies all over Victoria and southern New South Wales. So what we do is we set up in a pharmacy and we let the local mums know about us through advertising, which we do 4 weeks in advance. And they bring their kids in and we photograph them, and the next day we show them on a computer and they buy what they want.
So it's a very fast turnaround.
Yeah, it's a very fast turnaround. And then they pay us, we send the photos up, they collect them from the pharmacy. The wedding side of it, that's a seasonal business. And of course the corporate stuff, well, that's just all year round. And with those three, we always ensure that we've got business.
So what's the difference, I mean, the approach, I mean, from a wedding, which is, hopefully once in a lifetime, although this day and age everybody's getting married to find out what divorce is all about, so maybe a couple of times. But is it the approach to, say, wedding photography and, say, to portraiture or to corporate? What's the difference?
Yeah, they're totally different animals. The portraiture, I know that intimately, like the back of my hand. It's a system we follow. I've been following ever since I left school when I worked for a multinational company who taught me a lot. And the weddings, well, that's a lot of pressure. I have 2 photographers running, myself and an assistant, and that's a completely different thing again, where the customer views proofs and then they order from.
And it's a long process, isn't it?
It's a long process, and so we need to charge adequately for that. And the customer doesn't sometimes appreciate how much work there is involved for the photographer. The corporate work, when they want you there and then. So I need to make sure that my schedule it has gaps in it for that. And I'm already working on my 2008 schedule, and I already know what I'm doing at 2008 Christmas. So
wow!
I need to. As I said, we have 60 pharmacies we service, so it's huge.
That's amazing. So how did you get actually into photography? I mean, it's a very cutthroat business.
It's funny. I left high school and went to TAFE to study art design. I wanted to be a commercial artist. And one day and photography was a very minor subject for me. And one day the art teacher pulled me aside and said, "John, she said, "John, have you ever thought about photography? Photography means painting with light. And you should consider painting with light, because you sure as hell can't paint with a brush." So I thought...
You still keep in contact with this person?
No.
A weekly beating or something?
No, but it was my first motivational talk, and I thought it was a really good one. So
that's great.
The following year, I changed to mostly photography subjects, and then I went to work for a company straight away that took me all over Australia to live in New Zealand and England as well, and I helped them set up in England, but one of the reasons I started my own business was because I just didn't feel secure working for somebody. I just didn't want my destiny to be at somebody else's whim, if that makes sense. I didn't want someone else to be the master of my destiny, and especially now that I have a family and kids, and it's too insecure. So having your own business is just brilliant.
And with you also to be a successful solo business person or small business person, you've got to have a lot of talent and self-belief. So obviously you have both.
Yeah, and more so since I've started my own business, because my photography's become a lot better because when I was working for somebody, I felt that I was just producing work to make money. Now I actually produce work that customers are proud to hang in their home, and and they pay me good money for it.
Yeah, and it's from the heart. So
Yeah,
you're getting
yeah.
paid to do something you enjoy.
And my customer service skills are second to none now as well. And I don't actually sell my product. My product sells itself. I actually let the customer operate my laptop, and I walk away and have a coffee, and when they come back, they give me the order, and there are no regrets. Whereas when I was with multinational company,
Yes.
I'd sell because I had to make budget,
Yep.
and very often the customer would ring or the husband would ring and say, look, my wife just bought too much, and I'm really, but now there's nothing like that. It's what they want. And I say to them, if something, they say, how do I choose? They're all so good. I say, whatever calls out to you from the heart, gut feeling, you go with. Whatever you have, if you have to wait for it to grow on you, delete it. And they really appreciate that.
Top Shots is a business that's developing. I hate to say that because it's been used a million times, but
Sure.
I use the same jokes all the time.
That's really good.
And after a few drinks, no one ever talks to me because they have the same sort of jokes. But if somebody wants to find out more about how to use your services, what's the best way?
Log on to www.topshots.com.au. Make sure you put the AU, otherwise you get a porn site.
What's that one? .com.
No, you need to put AU. And yeah, it'll tell you everything we do, and it's a very nice site. We've just had it redesigned, and we've now optimised it for search engines. So a lot of people are Googling us. And ever since, it's funny, ever since we had the new website, we're getting a lot more work.
That's fantastic, isn't it?
A lot more off the street work.
Yep. And well, it's it's a window to your business, the internet.
It's amazing. We look like a bigger business than we are.
Yeah.
We look like our letterheads, our website, everything. My wife and I both come from corporate backgrounds, so we were able to bring with us very corporate ideas. So we look like a big business, but we're a mum and dad business.
But you're actually putting out a much better product and something that's close to your heart, and you've got that one-to-one, and the end result, I think, is generally better anyway.
No doubt. I'm a better photographer now than I was when I was working for somebody, and I have and I'm able to sell my customers say to me, how can you sell your product at a cheaper price than your competitor who's bigger than you, and give more? And I say, well, I don't say that to them, but the reason is that they have higher overheads than I have, and they need to make that kind of money just to survive. I don't have high overheads, and so I don't have the stress of making sure that I've got external studios to pay for and staff to pay for and all that. It's perfect. Great quality of life.
Fantastic. Once again, website?
www.topshots.com.au.
.au. John, thank you very much.
Great to meet with you.
Lovely, thank you.
Excellent.